Hello flight simulation fans. Today we're inside a simulator called FALCON4 Allied Force with an add-on called the Stopworks cockpit. Very nice cockpit. And today we're going to learn how to start up an F-16 from a cold and dark state, which means all the avionics, the engine, and everything else in the F-16 is turned off, and we have to kick it and let it start up. So how do we do that? Well, first, as you can see, the F-16 is indeed cold and dark. What you can hear outside is the sound of the wind, and our F-16C Viper is inside the hangar. So how do we turn it on? Well, I'll show you. It's pretty easy if you know how to. You can even start up a real F-16 if you know these steps. So first, we need to turn on the parking brake so that when the engine turns on, we don't accidentally roll forward. Okay, so parking brake on. We now go to the left side of the panel here, or the cockpit. First, we click on the fuel master switch. Engine feed is normal. Then we turn on all the external lighting, and then we turn on the batteries. Going to the right side of the cockpit, we find the air source. We need to turn that to normal. And now that it's normal, it's time to turn on the engine. To turn on the engine, we need to press the jet fuel start toggle. And I'm going to press that toggle now. And in the background there, you're hearing the spooling up of the F-16's engine. And here, you can monitor the progress by looking at the RPM gauge, and as you can see, the RPM has reached 20%, and that means we need to move our throttle. We need to move our throttle to 50%. I'm doing it now on my joystick, you can't see it, but once it's 50%, I press on the throttle détente and pull back the throttle to idle. And if you monitor the RPM gauge again, you can see the throttle increasing. It's increasing, and when it reaches 70%, we need to turn on other switches. While all of this is going on, you might notice lights are turning on. The F-16 is coming alive, folks. Lights all over the F-16 are turning on because the engine is supplying the power, the electrical power, for most of these systems. And now, since our RPM is 70%, I'm going to go back to the right side of the cockpit here, and I'm going to start switching on some of the switches like fire control. We have the stores, MFD, UFC, GPS, data link, the map, and of course the INS. We put it on norm for now, and we're now going to click on the left fuselage hardpoint toggle, right fuselage hardpoint toggle, the FCR, and the radar altimeter. We have to switch to standby to let it warm up. After doing that, as you can see, the MFDs are on, but the HUD doesn't have any display on it. Well, we just have to click on this switch to brighten up the HUD. There it is. Then we have to arm our ejection seat. Ejection seat armed. We have to adjust the volume on our COM1, COM2, NSL, and the threat. We now proceed to the RWR, turn it on, jammers, chaff and flare, and jammers on standby. Then we turn on the taxi lights, then threat, turn it on. We're nearly there. But first, we have to check if there are any faults during the startup, so we press FAC. And it says no faults, all systems okay, so we press it again. Then we have to find the malfunction switch to check the malfunction lights if everything is lit up. As you can see, all the malfunction lights are lit up, meaning everything is okay. So we switch it off. So only a few things to do here now. Let's check outside. You can see the hearing the DED switch, DED display here. And then we now can turn on the nose wheel steering system. And then release the parking brakes. And congratulations, we're ready to rock and roll. You might notice the cabin pressure light is on here. That's because our canopy is open, but we're gonna be closing that as we leave the hangar. So I'm going to leave the hangar now. As you can see, we're moving. F-16 is ready to rock and roll. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you have any questions or clarifications on the startup procedure, don't hesitate to leave a comment or just email me. I'll leave my email at the comments area or the description area of this video. Thanks, and bye bye. I'm gonna hunt some bogeys, bandits now.